Hello, everybody. We're doing
No,
another. Hello, everybody. We're doing another
no,
YSM. Today's episode is going to be on
no,
the very popular island Cavernous
no,
Cove. And we
no,
also have a special guest because the
no, we
creator of
don't.
the island, Professor
No,
Toot, is here with us. Hey,
he's
Toot,
not
how are
here.
you doing?
He's not here. He's not
Hi,
here. He's not here. Blah
I'm
blah blah.
Professor.
He's not here. He's not here.
Stop! Stupid. I can't escape. Hi, I'm Professor Two.
He's not here. That's not him. It's not him.
Foster.
Yeah, it's fine.
Go.
We're happy you were able to join us for this review of the island, but just know that you being
I'm
here
not.
will not stop us from being mean about it, even though that...
We're gonna beat you.
No.
Start biting at you.
Anyway, in order
It's
to
okay.
start the conversation, we have to start somewhere, and the random number generator never fails to disappoint me. So, guys, what is your opinion on Turnabase on this island?
Listen, I was close with Snail, alright? But I'm glad the decision, whenever the fucking Spectrals came in, whenever they first appeared, to have two base monsters on this island. And honestly, it's cool that we start with the way better one, because at least when Turnabase is playing, I can tell that Turnabase is playing.
What's
And
the other
like
one? The
the
Snail
base
guy?
stuff that the
Snoggle.
Snail one
Yeah,
that's just
Snoggle.
like regular synth base.
I like
This one's a
Turnabase.
slap base.
I like Turnabase. I like the track too.
I like it
Yeah.
at the end of the song and stuff like that. When it's like
Yeah.
when it's in the like louder parts of the song, you can't really focus on it at all, so it's hard to notice. But whenever it's like at the slower parts and it's the main focus, like background melody wise, it kind of pop off.
I think it's one of the few instances where a bass monster playing more than one note is a feasible decision. Because you're not supposed to do that with bass tracks, just having more than one note playing, like chording or doing anything. But I think it works because a slap bass isn't very bassy. It's more meant to just kind of be accentual and make things sound cooler. And I think Turnabase is a very it suits a good slap bass for this island, and it adds a lot to the like feel of when it plays and stuff.
What was the
Yeah, Turnabase is.
sorry, what were you gonna say?
No, I was just saying Turnabase is interesting because his sound used to be a lot longer. It used to be like 2 minutes long, but I had to like cut like a bunch of it off. I had to cut a bunch of it off because originally Lime made a lot of sounds for it, but they like really crowded the song, so I just cut it down to 2 tracks.
So
yeah.
you're admitting to murder.
Yeah, I basically murdered Turnabase. It was my fault.
Expected.
The dirty
Honestly,
murderer.
probably a good decision
Yes.
because we have a lot.
It was
of,
definitely a good decision.
We have a lot of really low voices in this song, and I think it's good that Turnabase doesn't really overstay his welcome.
Yeah, I tried keeping it as simple as possible, so it didn't overwhelm the whole song.
Another thing about Turnabase is finally his design isn't the worst thing ever.
I'm sorry.
I do like the new design.
Like,
Listen,
all
all I can think about.
all the brass barracks era spectral designs are rough, and Perturbase is like the prime example of that. But yeah, I'm really. I think the new design is like a lot.
I have
I'm a lot
question.
more proud of it. What do you want?
Why is his name Turnabase? It does not make any sense.
I'm not.
I don't get it.
Ask Lime, okay? It's not my fault.
Turnabase, more like turn is stupid.
His turn.
Alright.
Because he has its turn, and he has and it's turned upside down. He has have it's upside down.
Yeah.
I
say we get the
Oh,
other
no,
base monster.
Yeah, I was gonna say we might as well do Snell again.
Ryan, why are you in love with Snoggle?
Because he's funny, he's stupid, stupid snail, no ass.
What? No,
Make-
what?
No S.
He did.
Troll
I
face.
think the highlight of Snoggle is in the video where he does the comically large frown face. That's pretty much all I remember for it.
Yeah. My goal with that video is that my entire fan base like really hated Snoggle for some reason, so I wanted to make him memorable in some way. And his sound wasn't gonna do that, so well, actually, well, first I did like put it at the beginning of the song so you could hear it, and two, like I like made him in the video, like he does stuff in the plot, like the face, and like he gets naked to make it
You
funny.
see, that backfired
naked?
on me
Yeah.
because the fact that he plays at the beginning where the only thing on screen is freaking Brontano. I thought Brontano was the bass.
No, no.
I
Listen,
didn't
I
listen
thought
to the
of- I thought-
individuals.
I thought the Spectrals had like a castle base, and that was just castle base.
No, they do have a castle base. It's just like in the song you can barely hear it, but there is a castle base. It's identical to Snoggle, except it plays an extra note at the end.
Dude.
So it's
Wow.
basically
So it's just
it's just Snoggle, but like worse.
I think Snuggle's ugly and stupid.
I
He's
mean,
ugly and stupid. He is such a selfish man.
I know,
Okay.
right? He had his
No, I mean, if it
thing
makes me feel-
stolen and he was mad about it. Like, what's up with that?
I beat him a lot,
So that's what happened to him.
guys.
He got beat up. He's already had a hard enough time. Okay.
I want to give him a heart attack. I want to put salt on him.
Snoggle is the definition of everyone mean me.
Yeah, it's just stupid Squidward torture porn.
Yeah, and now I will mean him, but not really, because it's hard to even talk about this thing in the song because he's just like he's always there, but he's the castle base, so you're not supposed to pay attention to the fact that he's there.
Yeah,
Can you
he just-
rename him to Gregor,
Like, I'm sorry.
please?
No.
It can't be done.
This is the one instance where the fact that there is a music video to make monsters exist is a good thing, because if Snalagul did not like do anything, then I would not even know Snalagul was on this island.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not the most interesting like sound wise in any of the islands he's on.
I mean,
That's why that's why my whole fan base hated him.
that's just consequence of
It's like I never hear him.
being a held note-based monster.
Yeah, like he does his job, but like his job is just kind of lame.
It's not even like easy for him to like do his job noticeably, considering the fact that there's so much deep registering voices on this island.
Yeah, I got like dealt with a lot of like, I just kind of like gave myself a lot of like really like deep monsters on this island.
Yeah, and then you
Used to
added
be
one
more.
Wait, which one was also a deep voice?
Well, I mean, like, I guess, like, well, like, slumber, I guess, but, like, it's more like a percussion.
Not
But it was
real
like-
anymore.
Not really anymore, I'm sorry. I've never replaced it with, like, screaming.
Speaking of screaming, we should probably get one of those out of the way.
Oh.
Well,
One of those.
We were just talking about Slumber, so let's talk about Slumber, aka Glimony.
What?
Yeah.
I thought Jewelry was Slumber.
No, slumber was the original fur cavern double.
Oh, I
It got
thought
replaced. Like,
Jewel Reef was the one that replaced it, not Glimony.
no, Jory's the Jory's like the Reedling.
Dwarf has no fur.
Yeah, Jewelry's new to this island, so
I know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dead.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just not caught up on my Toot lore. I need to
No.
get more
We
involved.
have to cancel the island. We have to cancel the YSM now.
Well,
anyways, we gotta ask
Wait, what, Ryan?
who voiced Glimony?
On this island, it was Lavender.
Ah,
Like Lavender's blue.
Oh, Lavender.
Yeah.
Sad.
Literally on every island Glimony's on, they have a different voice actor.
Yes, get it.
Well,
Bipolar.
luckily for you, this is the one screaming vocal that I actually kind of like. I think this monster is fine. I like the melody a lot.
I could do a much better job.
Probably,
I know how to
don't
scream.
know, but I just like the
No, I wouldn't. I
voice.
hate it. Die. Die.
Yeah, I think Lavender did a good job. It was like loud, but I think it's good loud.
I think everything Lavender does is loud.
Yeah.
I don't know who that is. I don't know who you are.
Yeah, I think of like
Go.
the vocal they did on Bronklagar, and then I also think of this, and I'm like, their thing is just kind of loud, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, they also did that thing on Bonklagar?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I think of Lavender vocals, I think of that one vocal on Tundra Topless. That also just kind of sounds like Glimony, and it's scary.
I don't think of anything because I don't watch enough fan content. I need to get out more.
You need to go outside, you need to touch grass.
Anyway,
Yeah.
That's the point of this story.
yeah, I know, and let's
Kill.
talk about it.
I am.
What I said my
Meaning?
opinion on the monster. No one else said theirs.
My opinion on the monster is that it. I guess it's important to this song. I like how it fits in the song, but listening to it alone is very awkward.
That's a lot. That's all of them.
That's just any vocals.
Yeah.
Listen to their individual, and it's like, that mic is sure do be peaking.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we noticed
like
that was
Garage
an
Band.
issue, that the mics peak a lot in the individuals.
I'm not. Yeah, that's like. I don't know. I just kind of just got like because the two like the. Because at least with Glimony and Jewelry, they kind of just like recorded a vocal and sent it to me, and then they don't really like ever talk to me ever again. So I just kind of like I kind of just I was just kind of given to like really loud vocals, like loud
We'll
as
talk
in like
about Jewelry after
audio
this.
quality.
You.
Yeah, I didn't really know how to fix it.
I do. I
Well-
hate how Jewelry sounds on this island.
We'll get to it
I
eventually.
hate it.
That is fine, because the fact that we have two, like, melodic female vocals, it's very easy for me to just say, yeah, they're kind of the same role, but Glimony's just kind of better in every way.
Agree.
Its melody is more interesting. It plays at more opportune times, except the end. I don't really like it at the end, but that's only because it's playing on top of Jewelry.
Yeah, I
The
tried to
end-
make that duet, and
Yeah,
it's kind of scary.
it didn't really work out.
Yeah.
But that's not
Yeah,
the biggest
I
issue
know.
with that verse. That verse has a lot bigger issues with it.
Yeah.
Overall, Glimony. Is it Glimony or is it supposed to be like Glimony?
Okay, I
Like
think the
Gemini.
actual the pronunciation, like the poke or ducky goes quack, I think is their name now. The person who originally made it, I'm pretty sure they intended it to be Glimony, like Gemini and Glimmer.
Yeah.
But I've
there's
been
no-
pronouncing it Glimony for the past year now. I
Doesn't
can't
make
go
sense to be, doesn't make sense to you, Gemini. There's nothing twin about it.
I mean, I don't know.
Well,
Yeah, but
I have
it's-
two thingy things, two
It's
horns, two arms, two legs.
gem.
I don't-
It's got gems on it, so it's Gemini.
Glimony.
And just call it Gemini.
Gemini.
But yeah, let's delve more into Jewelry. Why don't we?
You need jewelry, right?
Jewelry.
My favorite vocal in the entire community, Jewelry, sounds like fucking. It's like cream cheese, but like you put it in the fridge and then you take it out of the fridge and then you put it.
The water.
The bleeding.
It's
The
creepy.
bleeding of my ears.
I
Screaming
don't
suicide mouse that needs
necessarily hate the vocal. It's like the vocal performance itself is fine. Like, I'm not saying, like, oh, who voiced this monster?
It was meme.
Yeah, I'm not saying
Meme
Meme did a
PDFs.
bad
Yeah.
job at voicing it because her character is certainly there. It just
I
kind
am.
of
I'm not.
doesn't work that well.
I can
Just-
see that.
Voice is way too
too grainy.
choppy, too scratchy. I know that Jewelry is kind of a mess, and that's a bit of her thing, but it just doesn't. It doesn't sound good. Well, it sounds
She
good,
lives
but it
in the
sounds.
fucking waters. Yet it doesn't sound like she drank any water in the past year.
Yeah, that's fair.
And also with peeking in the mic. I love
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, the microphone, like the
Yeah.
audio quality of that like monster, like I had a really hard time trying to like figure out how to fix it because it just kept on like killing my ears when I was like trying to mix it. I think Meme did a much better job on Fur Funhouse with like the audio quality.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm hoping for that because I like the individual. I haven't heard the full song yet.
Another issue I
Oh.
have, it's not an issue, but it's like a pet peeve of mine, is whenever there's a vocal track, but then it's like the singing and just like,
Oh yeah, like the breathing.
Oh
like
yeah.
stop breathing.
Oh Meme.
I mean, I understand it because it just adds a bit more life to the monster, but
To be fair,
Yeah.
that's something that even MSM themselves slip up on sometimes. Like,
but the thing is, for this one, it's wet, it's awkward and wrong, but for MSM, it's like. But this one's like.
I was thinking of in MSM how in fucking Wisp's track you can hear her actress like smack her lips before she starts singing.
No, that reminds me of the beginning of Bronklagar, like the video for Bronklagar Forest, like where like they talk and like Rabbi just like smacks his lips really loud, like.
Is there a monster whose sound is just smacking lips? Because if not, someone has to
There
make that.
should be. There should be a monster that's
Just
just
make
that.
it like a monster who's just eating a tub of peanut butter and he's just going.
Guys, I know I'm gonna make the spectral Quint now.
The Quake monster just being.
Can it be just a big fat baby with like peanut butter on its song?
Big baby just covered in peanut butter.
And the second track is it's crying.
Because it
It's
ran
just
out
a
of peanut
Blanco
butter.
ripoff.
Yes!
It ate all of the peanut butter.
That's just the bio. It ate all of the peanut butter.
He ate all the bees.
No.
Wait, what's?
Anyway, we should probably. No, my Apple Pencil is
No.
working.
No.
Hey, what monster should we talk
No.
about next?
Toe Jammer.
Who's the Toe Jammer equivalent on this island?
That would be Cyclone.
Let's talk
Oh,
about
Cyclone.
Yeah.
Yay.
how.
Cyclone?
How do you talk about Cyclone on this island?
You don't.
I've listened to
Bruh,
I've
bruh.
listened to the individual, listened to the full song, listened to the full song's indicated version. I still have no idea what it does.
Okay. Okay, the reason that Cyclone on this island sounds like nothing is because originally when I was composing it, I got the element combinations mixed up and I accidentally put Boctopus, which is like the piano monster. I put it on this island and it was like chords. But then I realized that it wasn't on this island and that Cyclone didn't have a sound, so I just changed the sound font to the Cyclone sound font.
Okay, no.
Yeah.
Here's the part where I'm like, nah, dog, because if you're making Boctopus chords, and then we have whatever his name is, the ghost one, the
Oh yeah, that
Grayscare,
was
which is also
chords.
No, but okay, so that was made way after the Cyclone sound. I think I made Cavernous Cove before like Grayscare even was that element combination.
Like before he even was a thing.
existed.
I like
Yeah.
Cyclone. So
Yeah,
cool.
like Cavernous Cove's really old. It's like 3 years old, I think.
A nice upload schedule you got then.
They have to ferment for a little bit,
You
okay?
gotta get that Quinn
Yeah,
style.
ferment, and then
Started uploading for Funhouse a year ago, okay?
listen, Cyclone. Cyclone is just if we talk about Cyclone, we might as well just talk about Grayscare, because Grayscare is just the reason why Cyclone does not exist.
Yeah, Grayscare certainly plays a piano very
Yeah.
loudly.
Mm-hmm.
I like its transitional
the-
track.
I like its like high notes.
I don't even
'cause you can
necessarily.
hear those.
I don't even necessarily dislike it on this island. I just like. I'm not a fan of the monster in general, really. I've
He's
never.
got guys behind him.
I've never been a fan of
Scary.
like rubber hose styled monsters. So like, I don't know. I'm heavily
But
biased against
Mr.
it.
Zamboni, you made a whole island dedicated
A whole iron.
Yeah.
Which
Yes, I did.
You've made more rubber hose monsters than I could ever hope to
I've made
want
more
to
rubber
make.
hose monsters than any other person in the community, and yet I'm the one that always states how much I hate them.
wouldn't be the first time you're such a hypocrite.
Dude.
Die.
Okay, I'm dead.
Yeah, Grayscare. Yeah, Grayscare was the one monster I had like the biggest trouble putting in the song, because like Jake really because the way I put it in the song before, you couldn't really hear it, and Jake like wanted me to make it louder, and I tried making it louder, and then I had to make everything else quieter, and then you couldn't hear everything else, so I had to make it and it's like I had to like balance, because Grayscare adds a lot, and then like there's just not a lot of room in the song because of how I
literally
it.
everything could have been fixed if Grayscare didn't have the chord shit. Let Cyclone do the chord shit and just have Grayscare be the high notes.
Yeah, that's fair. I think
That saves everything.
Yeah, I tried mediating by asking Jake to separate the high notes from the chords so I can make the chords quieter but keep the high notes like audible. And it kind of like helped a little bit, but I feel like I could have like done a better job. Cavernous Cove in general is just I could have done a better job.
It feels like you were treating a symptom and not the disease.
Yeah.
Here's something.
I was just putting a bunch of band-aids on everything.
I think Grayscale is like the monster with the most amount of tracks I've ever seen. Like 6 or 7 of them. It's
you should listen to
bizarre.
Brass Barracks. There are 4-minute long tracks on that song.
Oh, trust me, he's
Yeah, like
not the only monster that has like 5 tracks, and I'm gonna have a field day when we get to the other one.
Oh. Know what's coming.
Yeah, we're gonna save it for later though. Because right now we gotta talk about the way more important monster, Tight-Mite!
Are you kidding me?
No, Tight-Mite's cool because he smiles on this island.
Yeah, he cries.
Yeah, and cries like a bitch.
He cries, stop. I knew you were going to say it.
I mean, his like...
He sounds like that.
I was gonna say daughter, and then I remembered Pufflu's a boy, and my entire world crumbled.
No.
Pufflu?
Oh, it's
Pufflu.
I will always say Pufflu, and there's nothing you will ever do to make me stop it.
No. Demon.
Alright. How do I talk about Tight-Mite?
Tight-Mite.
I think saying you can't talk about Tight-Mite implies everything you need to know about Tight-Mite.
Listen, I don't know whose executive decision it was to have Tight-Mite only play when the Unicaro was playing.
That could be.
The giant drum kit monster completely invalidates Tight-Mite's existence, except for when Tight-Mite does the little shit with its little stalactites under its head. That's the only notable thing that Tight-Mite does. Otherwise, he might as well not even exist.
That's fair.
Honestly,
Yeah, Tight-Mite's on this island is weird because...
You can go.
No, I was just saying, Tight-Mite on this island is weird because on Haunted Island, his first island, he was literally like, the only percussion monster who added anything to the song. And then on Brass Barracks, he was the best percussion monster because the other one didn't add anything at all. And then this island is just like... doesn't like do anything. Yeah,
I was gonna
His
say
main island, man.
Yeah, this is literally
island.
his element island.
Well, if it means anything, I made his like role in the music video better than his sound is.
Yeah,
he
I was
cries.
gonna
He cries.
bring up to the point that like this is another case of the I'm terrible with the names. The Snail guy where
Die.
Snoggle.
Snoggle.
If he wasn't in the music video, I genuinely probably wouldn't know he was even on the island.
Yeah. Music video kind of redeems a lot of like lame monsters on this island.
Yeah, but you know that's not really a good thing.
I know. Yeah, I know. Like the only thing that's making these monsters memorable is the music video that I made for it. Well, not I made it. Mofix made it. Yeah. Yeah.
All
I
right.
could have done like a much better job.
How about we talk about a monster who actually does something for a change?
Toadjammer.
No, we already talked
We
about
talked about
Toadjammer.
Toadjammer.
Pufflu.
No,
Pufflu.
Toadjammer.
I wanted to talk about a
You said a
monster.
monster.
Yeah, a monster who does something, not a monster who does too much.
Toadjammer.
Oh yeah.
All right, fine. We'll talk about Pufflu. I don't like.
The dreaded Pufflu conversation.
Listen, I know
Thank you.
everyone loved Pufflu. Everyone kin Pufflu. Everyone protect Pufflu.
Skin Pufflu.
I think this island goes a little overboard in a lot of places with Pufflu.
Pufflu's dying.
Okay, no, you should have seen how it was before. He was literally
Trust me,
replayed in
Hex
half
has
of
told us the
song.
stories.
Like, oh yeah, that's another thing. The reason this song is like this song would have been so much worse if it weren't for Hex. Like he just told me like a bunch of stuff I should do to change the song, and like he kind of made it a lot better.
That's the point of having people people like to call them yes men, but like having people that you do a project with is really, really good because everyone has bad habits. Everyone has things that they do that people will think negatively of. And it's good to just have someone who's able to rein in and only let you do the things that people really like about you.
You need to be perfect. You need to be perfect.
No, I really appreciated what Hex did, especially since like he was kind of an outsider, like from my friend group at the time. Like he wasn't really like really integrated in the whole Cavernous Cove stuff, and then he just one day just said like he told me like all this stuff that like he like would think would make the song sound better, and it really did like save the song. Well,
but
kind of save the song is in quotes.
The fact that Pufflu used to play even more, and it already plays for like 90% of the song is concerning.
I think, yeah, if in hindsight, I think I would have made Pufflu stop playing altogether after, like, when Minnie starts playing. Like, from that point, like, Pufflu would stop.
Yeah, because as it is, it's not even... This is supposed to be Tight-Mite's Island, but it just ends up being Pufflu, the song. It's like Pufflu's theme, almost.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I just kind of, like... Because, like, I didn't really know how to make the island focused on Tight-Mite, so I just made it Pufflu Island, even though there is already a Pufflu Island.
Yeah, we're getting it next. Which is...
Yeah, I think the next, like, I think for Funhouse does a better job of, like, having Pufflu be prominent but not be the whole song. But yeah, like I trust me, I putting Pufflu in like half the song was like one of my biggest regrets with that.
If you
Yeah.
could
Yeah.
change it, what? Just a curious question. If you could change it, what do you think you would do to fill in the dead space? Would you just like keep it as is, or would you like try turning things up? Maybe.
I think I would like.
Maybe.
I think
give
I would
a
make some of the other
track,
monsters. Some. I'm like I don't know about that. Maybe like, I don't know. Maybe give something more interesting for like. Actually, I know what I would do. I would give Floggles a second track.
Oh,
that's what I would do. Probably.
Well, this is.
But like, I would get.
No, sorry. You can continue.
No, I wasn't gonna say anything.
Oh, I was gonna say I've pretty much been the only one talking about Pufflu, but does anyone else have anything to state on it?
I mean, that's fair.
I think if you removed a lot of Pufflu shit and then also made Grayscare not everything, then that would give monsters that have cool tracks but are completely inaudible a way to have those tracks play out. Like Luciforc right there. We have Luciforc, we got fucking Fanta Fan sometimes, we got Floggles sometimes, Ignonosaur. Literally, we have all these monsters that had the potential to be prominent to the song, but we had to have monsters that, force their way into being prominent and make others consistent.
Also, I think part of the reason of that is because the reason Pufflu is so prominent is because the Cavernous Cove wasn't originally an MSM island. It was like just a normal song that just had a normal like lead vocal person like me like singing it, and then I just made it Pufflu. And that's why he just takes up. That's why he took up so much of the song before, and that's why he takes up so much now. It's like that, like a.
Pufflu, it definitely is a very good lesson in song balance, and that even though technically it sounds good, we haven't really talked about it, but the track itself is good. Like all of them are good melodies. They actually add to the song in interesting and satisfying ways, but it just would have been a bit better if other monsters were allowed to play it as well.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing with Cavernous Cove is just the mixing. It like ruins it.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
You know who is
I am willing to admit
a really egregious example of the mixing screwing up their chances of being good?
What is
Luciforc.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I was waiting.
I genuinely. What, Ryan? You can go first. I went first last time.
I was just saying, remember this thing and how it had more than one track and played for more than just the beginning? I don't.
He's in there, I promise.
Luciforc. He's Luciforc. Luciforc. I hate his animation.
Wait, which one?
All of them. It's just motion blur stuff.
Oh, the old one, yeah.
Yeah, it was like.
Yeah, the old Cavernous Cove animations aren't representative of my channel anymore. I promise.
Yes, they are.
No. Watch like the updated individuals one that got 1 million views. Just watch that one.
Because
I sent a pipe bomb into your bedroom.
Whatever you do.
Bye.
But anyway, I didn't know what Luciforc did for a long time. When I watched the individuals earlier in preparation, I was shocked. I was appalled. I was gabberflasted because Luciforc's second track is fucking banger, dude. I vibed hard to that. And I was so perplexed and confounded because I was like, why isn't this the focus at a part of the song? This goes so hard. I think the sound font is so interesting, and it's just a cool monster, but like he's always just so quiet.
Yeah, it's like Luciforc. On all the islands he's on, Luciforc is just kind of in the background. I feel bad. Feel bad for the poor guy.
And according to Hex, this has been a consistent thing with Luciforc. He usually always ends up getting relegated to just the background noise.
Yeah, like it's not intentional. It's just like I don't. Like it's just like something like about his sound. I just like.
It feels like you're really, not confident with it. Like you're not confident it'll sound good.
Yeah, that's fair. Cause like I don't know. Cause like I mean, yeah, I just feel like there at least on Cavernous Cove, I thought there were more interesting monsters that could like be focused on. But I guess I just didn't realize how much how good of a track he had, and I kind of it was just underutilized. And he's just filling the background of the song that didn't need monsters to fill the background in.
What about you guys? Do you have any input?
Wow.
Good input.
You're making really
That's
great
my
points
input.
today.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think you said pretty much all that needed to be said. It was just this monster had the potential to make the island like banger in the parts where he played, but it's just wow, I can't hear you. Why are you gone?
Yeah. It's just like this background guy.
But hey,
I like the parts where I can hear him. It's just there's very few and far in between parts where I can.
Having a monster that's really good but too quiet is honestly way better than having a monster who's just flat out awful.
Yeah, that's fair. But also, I mean, it's like I'd rather have like a bad monster that's really quiet than that's
fair.
At least you just like hide it.
That's what I.
Just having a good monster that's quiet just like makes me like it just makes me like so much worse. It's like rubbing salt in a wound.
Alright. Who else do we have? Oh, you know who's a melody who actually gets to shine, and I actually really like what they do in the song?
Me.
No, you're not Fanta Fan.
I am Fanta Fan.
When the little Fanta Fan like solo that he has is like the only instance of Cavernous Cove where it actually like made me eyebrow raise and be interested in the song.
Yeah, because that entire part of the song was the only part of the real part of the song that like changed.
It actually has like a hook. It has something that makes me go, "Oh wow, that's actually interesting."
Yeah,
It deviates from the main like rhythm of the song. It deviates from like everything else. It's just something going off with like nothing to get in the way, and I'm like, bro, what? Why isn't the whole song like this?
Yeah, that's fair.
Evil.
It also is funny because sorry, you can go.
It does sound. I think it's kind of silly. It's a bit too silly, and especially track 2. I really like how track 2 sounds, especially near the later end of it, where it do
he gets the high voice mixed with the low voice, but then the high voice stays as the low voice goes away for the final notes. Yeah, it's banger. It's just a really good crafted track.
Yeah, I'm proud of the Fanta Fan track. I think it like does it makes that originally it wasn't in that part of the song, and that part of the song was just like it was just Catavox and Barbeard going at it, and I added that and it made it a lot better. It was just like really boring before.
It would have been really, really awkward if that version was the version that got in.
Yeah, I'm glad I made that change.
Speaking of one of those two, we should talk about Catavox.
Mm,
It's hard to talk about that guy because it's just kind of the chord. It's like rare Wubbox, but like somehow less.
The only thing I remember about Catavox is at the very beginning of the song when he plays like really high notes right before the piano starts playing. I like that. That's pretty cool. Other than that, I still am. I'm never a Catavox fan. I am a Catavox denier. They call me the Catavox killer.
Because it's just it's like how Mulfix just like for like a really long time just absolutely despised Catavox. It was just really funny.
I wonder if I had any influence on that because I remember a call a while ago where someone showed me Brass Barracks for the first time, and the second I saw Catavox, I just screamed, "What the fuck is that thing?"
Oh, like the design.
I think the design's
old
cool.
Catavox is like sprite sheet Catavox. No.
Catavox is hot.
Yeah, Catavox is another one like Turnabase where like it's like redesigned, got so like infinitely improved. I'm just like really glad that it did. It was so bad before.
I still am not a
Good
big
sound
fan
is
of the
like-
design because I just don't like overly disgusting designs. That's just a me thing. But like,
I like the
Yeah.
mouth.
by the way,
I'm glad you're not reviewing.
I was talking about this earlier, and well, I was talking about this in a call earlier. Why, with the, not from a like, oh, it's bad to do this. Why did you do this? It's bad. More so from a, why would you torture yourself like this, with the glowing lights every single note? That must have been absolutely torture to animate every single time. Having to individually have
wasn't-
all of those little lights turn on and off with every single note.
It wasn't that bad to do. It's just kind of like doing like the mouth, like the lip syncing for a vocal, but like it's like lights.
Yeah, but
It wasn't
with the
horrible.
vocals, you have to remove like one mouth and then put another mouth in its place. With this one, it's like not thousands, but like 50, 60 different little lights.
I mean, from what I remember, it wasn't that bad, but maybe I just like blocked the memories from my brain. Also, but like, yeah, it was like a while ago.
All that being said, the
thing
track
with-
is just, eh.
It's just whatever.
What
I
were you-
think it's so weird how like he's got the coolest synth. He's like a vocoder, but not yet. Like on every island he's on, he's just like, bro, he could have had a dope ass melody. Come on.
I think his melody is like, I think he has like a decent melody on Devilish Depths, like the island everybody forgets I made. But like other than that, yeah, he's just like, he's just whatever.
I think
It just seems like an afterthought.
a missed opportunity with this monster is that this monster feels like he would be disgustingly broken if he was used with pitch bending.
Yeah, if I had access to that in like my GarageBand on my phone, I would. Like, does it? Like, can you do that with like that sound font?
I have no idea.
No, no,
See, this way I
no.
didn't use like FL Studio.
Catavox could have been known for being a really like out there design with a really memorable sound, but as it is, everyone just remembers it as that really ugly one.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, it wasn't even intentional. I tried making Snoggle the ugly one, and then just Catavox was accidentally the uglier one. Poor guy.
Poor guy. But again, he's
Actually, no, you want to know? Also, fun fact, that guy was based off of like my real life friend that was just like really tall. So maybe that's why
I
he's
think I
ugly.
remember hearing that somewhere.
Stop. I'm calling the
He's
cops.
just real. Stupid Clayton ruined everything.
You doxed him.
He's the reason the song's bad. No. That's fine,
Not
guys.
even that bad. But you know
Alright,
what?
with the list that we have now, can we just get Unicaro out of the way?
Which one's that one?
That one's the, like, bat drum kit one.
Oh, yeah. He's a lot.
He's the main percussionist, even though he shouldn't be, because Ignonosaur's right there.
And also the quad, and also Tight-Mite, and also... This island
He's
has...
evil. And I don't like evil.
This island has...
Yeah, I will admit that-
monsters.
Yeah, I will admit that, like, of all of the monsters on this island that should have been the main percussion, Unicaro was not the first one that should have been.
It's the same issue Mantis runs into with their project. It's just like, why do you have double, triple, and single monsters that are all drum kit monsters?
Just a drum kit, I work a lot better with just having a drum kit. Like, in more recent islands, I just, like, have one drum kit monster that does all the work. But just, like, I just work a lot better with drum kits than, like, the only, like, spectral that's not really a drum kit is Calbelsa and then Ignonosaur, which I didn't make. So, like, yeah, I don't really work well with those kind of percussion monsters.
It's just so odd to me, because, like, it's setting yourself up for complications later down the line when eventually you're going to have an island that has every single one of them on it.
Oh, no, yeah, that island is for Funhouse. How many percussionists are for Funhouse? And I added one more.
Of course. Why is the,
I do this to myself.
what are they called? The ethereal equivalents.
The Exterminals.
Is the exterminal on that island also a percussionist?
Yeah.
Honestly, with Fur Funhouse being like, oh, a fun house and like a birthday party, I feel like having a percussion focus song could pop off, but we'll see when we get there.
Yeah, if that island ever comes out,
Yeah,
then yeah.
maybe I'll hear it.
I'm working on it.
You could have just not pulled a Unicaro and break your legs.
No. It would have been done by Christmas if I didn't have to go stupid Spider-Man movie and drive home and get in a car accident. Okay.
Listen, for the Spider-Man movie, worth it.
Yeah.
Was it worth it? Was it worth
It
it?
was definitely worth it.
Alright, that's good.
You heard it here first, folks. The new Spider-Man movie is worth breaking your legs over. That's how good it is. That's high praise.
Honestly, though.
Alright.
Very high praise.
Is Unicaro bad or good?
The track itself is good. Like, I like the percussion track. It's a little simple, but like, the song doesn't really need the really complicated drum track, except for the quad, but the quad does that job. It's just there. It works. I just kind of wish on an island, this one more than anyone, it just kind of gave the spotlight to the others. But you know, it's all kind of worth it in the end because Unicaro does have the best track in the entire island, and that is the Wilhelm Scream.
No, you forgot the best track, which is the Happy Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, the
At the end. Stupid Happy Christmas at the end is the best part of the whole video.
True.
Rabbi really popped off with that part.
His voice reveal.
Actually, no. There were so many sounds in that song that exist only in like the music video, like the Kana like breaking amber sound with like Tight-Mite. It's like really subtle, and then there's just Kermit in the background.
You say it's very subtle, but it's like the loudest fucking thing in that whole part.
Yeah.
It's just like zooming on Tight-Mite, and then all you just hear is
real subtle, guys. Could you tell? Oh, yeah.
Who else do we got? Oh boy. Oh boy. You know what? I think having fun is overrated. So let's talk about Brontano now, so that the last four monsters are those last four monsters.
I mean, the last three.
Oh yeah, last three. Brontano's cool.
I think Brontano's the best vocal on the island. That's not really saying much, but it's the best vocal on the island.
It's the most memorable one.
Why
it's like
have a kick drum? We already have so many of them.
it's more so like it functions more on the exterminal island than it does on this island. But I can't really like talk about that, obviously.
I'm just saying, man. We have Tight-Mite, we have Unicaro, we have Ignonosaur, we don't need another kick drum.
I mean, in this island, it's like needless, but at least it's not detrimentary since it just kind of gets drowned out.
Yeah, I don't think it ruins anything. But yeah, it doesn't also do anything either.
It's just stupid. We didn't need it. He didn't even need it. He was a good vocal. That's all he needed.
Yeah, he just...
Who voiced it?
Oh, that was me.
It was a good job.
Yeah, it's just me.
Good job.
Thank you. Yeah, it's just like... He's like the most simple. He's the only vocal... I really like Brontano because he's the only vocal I've done so far that's just me singing, like, just a normal vocal. Instead of, like, having, like, three of me or doing, like, a Pufflu voice. So I have fun with him.
I think it's really nice, and I really enjoy how it sounds.
It's definitely the most memorable sound for me.
Why, what's the point of him screaming and crying and moaning and dying in the stupid island?
Because he's stuck and nobody helps him.
Yeah.
Skill issue.
Honestly,
skill issue.
Usually, like, having stories in, like, music videos for islands, I'm never really a big fan of. But the stuff with Brontano in this song, genuinely top tier. Just the fucking whole thing where it's, Turnabass helping the other monster, and then it just quickly snaps in on his face, rage-filled. Like, genuinely gets a chuckle out of me every single time.
Yeah, the stupid Brontano arc is God mode.
He gets one good kiss.
Yeah, his arc of torture porn.
His arc is just, I'm stuck, and then he gets unstuck.
The phrase torture porn has been used twice in this entire YSM. I hope you know that.
Good.
Not 3 times.
It's going to be used more.
This is the torture porn arc.
But yeah.
Speaking of torture porn.
Speaking of torture
I already lost track. Stop!
You know what monster does that to me?
All of these.
No, just Barbeard.
Wow.
I don't want to be rude, but Barbeard is easily the worst monster on this island.
You tired god. I have a special place in my heart for the worst island monster on this island, but I can see where you're coming from.
It's just like you got the whole like Glimony part where it's like, oh, it builds up this like high voice thing, and then you just got these 3 guys just going.
Yeah, I have
90 tracks.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I feel like Barbeard, like this is his worst sound, like hands down, because it's just, I think like my performance of it.
I like the track in the breakdown part. That is the only positive I can say.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
But I didn't even know that was Barbeard for the longest time. I only learned that after listening to the individual.
I mean, that's the thing. It doesn't even sound like Barbeard. He shouldn't be making that sound. And that's bad because it's like yeah, Barbeard's just.
He's just the reason why this song is noise.
Yeah, I realized that, like, especially its first track, like, adds a lot of like white noise.
It's a low voice, but it doesn't have any bass, so it just kind of the way I see it is like you got the piano. I don't remember the names. I'm sorry. You got the piano guy, and he plays a really bassy track, and that kind of just boosts Barbeard's low voice to the fact that that's to the point where it's the only thing you can focus on whenever it's playing, and it really sucks because it plays a lot.
Actually, now that I think about it, I think part of the issue with Grayscare is kind of the same issue with Jewelry, in that the audio quality is like, for some reason, for a really long time, all of Jake's sounds I like exported are really like bass boosted, and like that didn't like really stop until like last year.
Yeah.
So like all of the sounds seem like Ignatosaur and Grayscare were like really like bass boosted on this island. That's why it's so like bassy.
Honestly, that explains a lot.
Yeah. So a lot of this island issues is just audio quality.
Yeah, it's really just a lot of it has to do with mixing. The mixing whenever Barbeard plays, especially at the end of the song, where it's like all of them playing at the same time.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Like I feel like a lot of this would be better if I just didn't like insist on having like multiple parts where like 10 monsters play at once. It's just,
And that ends up being the biggest detriment to the island as a whole, is that there are tracks in here that are really, really, really good, like Luciforc's, but those aren't the tracks that you wanted us to focus on.
Yeah, I guess I just wanted you to like focus on everything, which is not possible to do. So I just made you focus on all the vocals instead. And it's just, yeah. I think my biggest issue with Cavernous Cove is definitely how I mixed it. Like
if you ever do a re-release for like a compilation or something, fixing the mixing should 100% be a priority for like a remaster, like a literal remaster.
Overall, with the exception of maybe for Funhouse, I think I'm like really, really unproud of every single Spectral Island mixing wise. Mostly because they're just really old, and I made them a while ago, and I didn't really know how to do mixing very well. And I've done better stuff recently, but just like, yeah, I feel like I could have. I did a really poor job, especially with Cavernous Cove, with how like noise it is.
That's why I made my Bandcamp, because I had the same issue where I hated the mixing on a lot of my songs. So the Bandcamp collection is what I consider to be the definitive versions of the songs. Honestly, I would not be upset if you did a similar thing, having a definitive like compilation track for all of the islands, but just having them mixed and tweaked to be as good as you could make them.
Yeah, I think if I had the time, I would want to do that, especially for like Brass Barracks and Cavernous Cove, because I have my biggest issues with those two. But I'm just doing too much stuff. I'd rather, like, I think I've said this before, I'd rather just make new stuff that sounds,
yeah, that's fair.
I'd rather just make new stuff that sounds better than just like try to like perfect old stuff. I don't know.
Anyway, that's my major rant out of the way. Does anyone else have anything to say?
No.
No, I like our selection. I like these final two because we have Floggles and the quad.
Let's do Floggles first. I think we should save the quad for last. First off,
can I talk about Floggles?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. Personally, Floggles is hands down the worst monster on this island for me. I loathe this track so much. Like, personally, I guess. I just don't know why I made it.
I mean, I wouldn't know if I hated it or liked it because I can't fucking hear it.
That's another thing. Like, what the sound? I like don't like the sound at all. Like, what Floggles should have been is what it was on Brass Barracks, which is like a kind of like an arpeggio, flute, like short staccato flute notes, and then it's just not that. It's bad.
My issue with Floggles is that when it's by itself, it is ear-piercingly shrill, but in the song, it is Silent of the Lamb.
Listen, here's the thing, right? It's whenever you have headphones in, you deadass cannot hear it at all. Literally, I'm scrolling up and I'm trying to find the message where I'm like, God, can Toot make an indicated version of the song? Because I cannot hear this motherfucker. And then whenever, like, I listen to it without headphones for once, I'm like, oh, I can hear it. I still don't care about it because it's nothing, but at least I hear it. And I dead ass. It could have just been like reverb given off by another monster, and you'd have me fooled. This thing does not exist, and when it does exist, aka in the individual, I want to kill myself because it's so shrill and ear piercing. I want to die.
Yeah, exactly. Like that Floggles represents everything wrong with Cavernous Cove. It's impossible to hear in the song because the mixing is horrible. Then on its own, it just sounds awful
because of the volume and the peaking.
Yeah, and it's just so loud and it's so high and it's so bad. It's not even at all what I was going for. Like I said, like what Floggles should sound like, and it's just gross.
I feel like it's freaking like heresy for us to say this because I know we're gonna release this and people are gonna be like, you can't hate the small bab, you can't yell at cinnamon roll, small little angel baby.
So sweet and so small, the sweetest angel cinnamon roll baby.
We already did that to Pufflu. Why does it matter?
Oh shit, you're right. By the way, while I got you here, I need to bring up something that people have noticed, and it's something you and me should definitely talk about at least once on film. Is it really just a coincidence that Floggles and Flibble are dead ass the exact same monster?
I don't know what that monster is. I'm sorry.
Hold on. No, I'm not saying you copied it. I'm saying I've always found it hilarious how you and me made the exact same monster. And people have said it multiple times to me, and I was wondering if people have ever said it to you as well.
I've never heard any of this before. Like I've never seen the monster before.
I'll DM you an image of him.
But I'm excited to see.
Actually, I don't.
Accidentally just made the exact same thing. No.
I thought we had Natsubot here. Dang it! I was just gonna dot image him.
It's fine. I'm just grabbing it because I know it would take forever.
Yeah, thank you, Ryan. Just post it in the YSM chat.
I'm also gonna grab an old Flibble because old Flibble makes it more obvious.
Also, you should get Floggles as well, just for the comparison. Like, it's not just the design as well. It's the fact that both of their names are almost the exact same thing, and also they are both flute monsters, and also their colors are the same. The only difference is that Flubbles, I'm pretty sure, is a double, right?
No, Floggles is a triple.
A triple? Oh, well, Flibble is a quad, so...
Okay.
Hold on. Oh, fuck, I've already got Floggles.
Oh, yeah. They also have the exact same face as well.
God.
Alright.
I'm going as fast as I can. Fuck.
Come on, Ryan. I can't believe you.
Yeah, I'm evil coded. Okay, here's the Floggles, right? And then here's Flibble. And then here's the old Flibble where it was just a blob.
It's literally just like the green blob bug with flutes that has the dot eyes and the semicircle face that begin with F.
Oh my God.
It's so funny.
That is completely unintentional.
Yeah, I know.
So good.
It's so coincidental. It's great minds think alike. You know what they say.
I'm just taking this in. Just how I just accidentally just made a Zamboni monster.
It's just I've always realized it, and I've had people realize it with me. And I just wanted to finally, put it out that we get it. And honestly, this is just an inside joke at this point.
This is so good.
That out of the way, we should talk about the island again.
Yeah, but yeah, this doesn't change the fact that I despise Floggles, and it is the worst thing I've ever done for my own YouTube channel.
And
I
now
apologize to everybody who had to listen.
we have the monster that apparently didn't take you like weeks to make this thing.
2 months. 2 months.
Yeah, the animation literally took like a month.
Ignonosaur. Now.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
What were you gonna say, Ryan? I'm sorry, I wasn't gonna say anything.
Okay. Whenever I first saw this monster, whenever I was super anti-Professor 2, anti-Poo Crew era,
Bro.
I saw this thing and I'm like, bro, this is the reason. This is the reason right here. Because its design is so fucking much. Its sound is so fucking much. It does not look like the cavernous boss at all. It looks like the everything at all happening at once boss. It looks like the Quint. And I'm like, dude, what this? How? It's the everything monster, and yet I can't. The only thing I can hear from this fucker in the song is the stupid vibra slap that comes in the ever.
You don't hear what it does, but you do notice what it does. Because
it's just is there a lot of sounds happening?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, my internet was like broken. I didn't hear anything.
We were just talking about how this monster is literally everything, but at the same time nothing.
Oh yeah. It's just a big pile of things.
It's not really even cohesive.
Yeah, I get that a lot from Ignonosaur. That it's just like I see that a lot. Like it's just a big it's not very clear that it's like a guy. It's kind of hard to look at.
I very much dislike the Pufflu leg plot because it's just bruh. Why even? We have the cool plot with the fucking Ignonosaur getting trapped, but that never gets handled until the very end, so it just gets sidelined with Pufflu stuck in Ignonosaur leg.
So the whole thing was that the reason they're down there is because Pufflu got kidnapped by Ignonosaur because he was building his body out of random rocks he found. And he was almost done, but he couldn't find a rock to fit in his leg.
Plot hole.
So
why didn't he just use one of the 7 rocks that are on his back?
No, because
you heard go ow ow ow.
Because those rocks wouldn't fit in his leg or something. I don't know. I don't want to talk about it.
I want to talk about it.
It's fine.
But it's just I don't know.
Oh, it's not fine.
No, it's fine because there are setups and payoffs. It is from a storytelling perspective, it has a setup, it has a cutaway that ends up leading into the payoff, so it's fine. It adds to the mess of the design, but the design was messy enough even without it.
Yeah, I feel even the original design Jake made for Ignonosaur was a lot more cohesive than what I did.
You know what the biggest issue with it is? It's the colors. If all of them were similar colors or had a same color theme, it wouldn't feel as disjointed. It's the fact that no 2 rock feels like they came from the same cave.
Yeah, it kind of just the fact that there's just random wood and there's he has a brick as a foot.
Yeah.
And there's just purples and and it's just I can understand that. It's kind of messy.
Now that's just the design though. How about in the song?
Oh.
Kinda said that it somehow is everything and nothing. I deadass don't know where the kalimba plays.
The kalimba. I mean, I think its transition is fine, and it kind of just, but kind of over, it kind of over. There's a lot of transition monsters on that do kind of similar things.
The reason you can't hear the kalimba is because I'm pretty sure it plays with the piano guy, who is infinitely louder than bassier.
That's what I'm saying. It plays the kalimba guy the kalimba plays, or I think it's just on Morimba. sound. It just it plays with like the Grayscare sound every time, and you can't hear it.
I feel like if Grayscare just didn't exist, everything would be fine in the world.
Yeah, I mean, I feel bad.
It's not
like,
even that
I think Grayscare
he should exist. He should just be quieter.
Is it a Grayscare on its own is fine. It just adds so much to the song. It just yeah. I feel like it just like I could have done a much better job just like turning him down. But also, yeah, like Jake didn't want me like to just be not audible. Like it's like Luciforc, like and like Snoggle and like Floggles and like all that. So yeah, I mean I understand where Jake was coming from, and also like I think it's more on me just like not turning down the chords.
At the end of the day, you could have made the decision, but you didn't. Sometimes you have to have a strong hand with your projects. You can't let other people decide what you do with it.
Yeah, Cavernous Cove was just like Cavernous Cove was borderline just like a group like Shmoo Crew project. Anyways, like so yeah,
and honestly,
I should.
That kind of has to do with the biggest issue with the song as a whole. Now that we're done talking about the monsters, and that's definitely over-ambition is a big theme with the whole project.
Yeah.
There's just many tracks that are like, oh, let's have this monster play like chords, all of them, low voice and high voice, and then we're going to have this monster at the same time play chords, all of them, low voice and high voice, and then we're going to have this vocal play a high voice, and then this vocal play a high voice, and it's just like, everything works on their own, but they're all too much to work together.
Yeah, I 100% agree. Like everything alone sounds good. Just put together, it's just way too much. It really like muddles like everything.
That being said, I still like the song. What, Ryan?
That goes to my opinion, which is the exact opposite. I remember whenever we first picked Cavernous Cove, I'm like, oh boy, I'm gonna have to listen through all the Spectral Islands because I kind of didn't, and so I listened to the Haunted one, I listened to the Devil one, I listened to the Brass one, and this one, and like the first two, they're whatever, they're just kind of nothing, and then Brass Barracks is funny but also kind of bad, and then I was like, why? I remember listening to Cavernous Cove for the first time, and I'm like, ooh, why is this one kind of a worst one? It's like, they're so, like, the other ones have problems, but they're problems that, like, are on the, like, superficial level of just, this verse needed to end, or there needs to be something. But this song, there's, like, it's reverb hell, the vocals are painful, you've got, some monsters are just inaudible, it's got, like, everything that is, like, stereotypically wrong with an island, and it makes me just, And that's why I needed the indicated version. I was the one that asked for it originally because I'm like, I can't listen to this and be like, what does this monster do? What does this monster do? Because there's just so much.
I feel like I'm somewhere in the middle with this. Like, I can't really say that I hate it, but I'm really, really disappointed. And it's so weird because all my friends really like this island.
Yeah, I know.
Just,
like, I've seen so many comments on... Sorry to cut you off, I didn't mean to. I was going to say, I've seen so many comments that tout this as one of the best MSM fan islands. And it's just like...
I think that's...
It's just...
I think part of it is just the music. Like the music video really steals the show with Kevin. It puts so much... It wasn't like just... like so many people put so much effort in that music video, but I just wish the song could hold on its own, too.
I mean,
it's just like...
I don't know, I'm like really disappointed in it. The people, since they're probably their favorite creator when it comes to MSM media. So what I'm thinking is that because you made it's special to them, which makes it the best song they've ever heard. It's like if an artist picks up a song, drops it, gives it to another artist, and people like it because this person sang it. something kind of like that, where if someone else made the island, they'll be like, it's whatever. But because you made the island and they like you the most,
That's
yep,
like
that means they like
90%
the
of
song.
Prince's discography.
Yeah.
One thing my dad has taught me is that most of the popular songs you know from the 90s and 80s were actually written by Prince.
Yeah. I get like the whole like I'm like a big YouTuber, so my islands are perfect. And I've been like dealing with that, but like I think it's more so just I made an animated music video and less that I'm like a big popular.
It's charismatic. It's got personality. There's energy to it.
It's charming.
Yeah. But, you know, as like things can be charming as all hell, but that never stops a critical eye. People love things because they're charming, but that won't stop a critic from pointing out the flaws in it. Hell, my own favorite movie, I love it because it's insanely charming, but my critical eye is like, this movie kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Like, anything that's really charming is inherently like flawed. I just think Cavernous Cove is very, very flawed, but I still think it's like I can't really hate it.
I can't really hate it.
I mean, it's like it's all. Yeah, I think what the biggest issue is just like it's the thing I'm known for in this community now. Like I'm the Cavernous Cove guy. I just wish that the song was better. Like I wish I could be known as the guy who made like not just like the music video, but the music video that had the really good song with it too.
Damn,
if that makes sense.
That kind of.
At least the way I see it.
No, that's brutally honestly, and I completely understand where you're coming from. Being known for something
I'm a little bit...
where you don't feel like you were performing at your best, it sucks.
Bedlamon.
I mean, I've been like that for a while. My most popular video was still Old Town Road and my Singing Monsters composer. So like, I'd rather Cavernous Cove be popular than that one. But like, I still hope that like maybe like my future projects eventually surpass what Cavernous Cove did.
I think
just because
the best thing Cavernous Cove did is prove that you can handle a music video, because even if it was a team, every team does need a director, and it's clear what your direction was. And now, it's like a jumping start almost when it comes to the animation side of things, because like. Yeah, Brass Barracks was an animation, but it's Brass Barracks. It was very much more so like a, what are they called, tech demo almost.
Yeah, Brass Barracks was like the alpha. Cavernous Cove was the beta. I'm ready to like actually make
Brass Barracks was the thing that animators show to get them hired. Cavernous Cove was the thing they actually published.
Yeah, Brass Barracks. I can't hate Brass Barracks for the exact opposite reason of Cavernous Cove, and that it's just so much. It's just so bad that you just can't. It's just so stupid. I can't hate it.
Isn't that your point,
Brass
Ryan?
Barracks,
where it's like Brass Barracks, you can't hate it because it's funny.
It's terrible, but it's terrible in a way that makes me laugh, and I'm like, yeah, it's funny.
Yeah, it's terrible in the best way possible.
Yeah.
But also there's Glockopods, so it's fine. But yeah.
True.
But there's just the Brass Barracks episode.
Yeah, but that's pretty much everything for Cavernous Cove. Does anyone else have any points they want to say? Any questions they want to ask Toot?
When's for fun now?
I'm leaving the community now. Just because you said that, I am leaving the community. It's probably this year. That's my answer.
Hey,
probably the first half of
yourself a lot of time.
Yeah, I gave myself a lot of free time.
People are still in the comments being like, "You should have just not broke your leg."
I still get like I don't know. After breaking my leg, like my comment section got like more like impatient about it. I was like, please let me feel first.
Why are you? You're so selfish.
I bet there's someone out.
I am a beggar.
I bet there's someone out there who doesn't actually think you broke your legs, and you're just saying that to stall for time.
I just made it up so I don't have to like do for fun.
It's just like one of those, I couldn't work on it. Oh, I broke my legs. Oh, I'm sorry, guys.
I broke my toe.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm broken. Like literally, like no, I got a comment. Like I told everybody that my leg was broken, and then like 2 days later, said, "Oh, so are you done? Are you done having a broken leg?"
Yeah,
Like,
so
really funny.
cute. Come on.
You done going through
Maybe
that
2
phase?
They gave me 2 days to heal. That's all I'm worth.
What if the doctors give you 2 days to heal and they just kick you out of the hospital and it's like, oh, you have to release for a funhouse now, I'm sorry. wait, dude, remember when you told the nurse lady about your YouTube channel? What if she kicks you out because she wants you to
These get really invested in my channel. They kick me out of the hospital because I haven't made an island. I die.
Alright, well,
No, I die because they didn't like Floggles.
I think that is enough. Does anyone have any closing remarks, anything they want to say before I end the video?
I enjoyed doing this. I enjoyed venting my frustrations about the Cavernous Cove and hearing your guys' like opinions on stuff.
Thank you for
It opened
joining
my
me.
eyes. I didn't know Luciforc was so good until now.
I'm glad you
More like
were a good sport about this.
stupid.
Yeah, I tried being as like respectful as possible.
Okay.
But also like I agreed with 90% of it, so it's fine.
I don't have anything funny to say to end this video. I'm just gonna stop it.